So I realized in making the mysterious JFK deaths video that I really enjoyed highlighting some tweet threads that are probably going to be considered conspiracy theories, and that it may come across as an endorsement of them. But just to clear things up and give a giant disclaimer to those upcoming videos, I am absolutely not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not a crazy person. I don't hate this country. In fact, I'm a huge patriot. For me, reading these stories and making these videos simply affirms the truth I already knew about our media. Perhaps if they did their job according to their job descriptions, there wouldn't be this many loose ends for every story, and a black market for information wouldn't even develop in the first place. But then again, maybe there are actual reporters out there making stories and reports, but meet the fate similar to the one ABC reporter met when she was told by the network to shelve the story on Jeffrey Epstein. And current incentives don't work for honest journalism. I can't remember who said it, but one journalist said that they were working on a massive story for over a year and put together a supremely well-written story, fully describing the events that happened, writing and rewriting it over the course of their year-long investigation into it. But when it was released, some other less important story popped, and his story barely made it into the zeitgeist for maybe 2 days, and then it was dead forever. No media interest, no national conversation. It was simply drowned out by the sheer amount of white noise that the system is intentionally putting out into the information space. These important stories will either get completely drowned out in the wave of distraction stories, or, if not, they'll just be flat-out lies from the media. And every day there's a new distraction. Elliot Page comes out as trans. Kim K and Kanye are getting a divorce. The media is totally willing to spend days on end discussing the Jussie Smollett and Bubba Wallace hoaxes. But the Las Vegas Stephen Paddock shooting? You know, the biggest one ever? Well, that one goes away pretty quick, and we never get to the bottom of it. The distraction stories are getting the biggest clicks, and they drive the most revenue for the media companies on a day-to-day basis. And as a result, real journalism suffers. In my estimation, conspiracy theories pop up when a population has to investigate things for themselves, in a vacuum where real journalism should be. And without the privilege to information that only the media and government has access to, we will never get the full story. We'll only get little remnants of information left out of the official narrative. And there will always be an official narrative, and there will always be information left out of that narrative that doesn't fit. The winner writes the history books, right? So as I continue to make more videos about these types of things, let's just set some ground rules for watching them, as well as for myself when I make them. Point number 1, do your own research. I'm not infallible. Maybe I missed something. Or maybe you know something else I don't. I know this kind of falls into the appeal to authority fallacy, but I'm a nobody. I'm not even a college dropout. I never even went. I'm just a regular guy who has asked questions forever and will keep asking questions, even sort of dangerous or taboo ones, where they bump up to the line. So please, do your own research. You can go look up all this stuff yourself and double check me. I think you'll see it'll almost turn into an issue of whose narrative do you want to continue to believe, the mainstream one or the alternative ones. It won't be an issue of if what I'm showing you is legit or not. But again, that's on you to research info for yourself. And this leads me to my second point. While it's important to keep an open mind about a lot of things, because you will seriously lose out on a lot of important information if you've created taboos about what you can and cannot see, if your mental parachute is too open, you will get carried away by almost anything, including ideas that are not worth your time. As Aristotle said, it is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. It's okay to think about this stuff and explore what other narratives are out there. However, I'm not going full QAnon and storming the cosmic pizza joint because I have been duped into thinking they have child sex slaves in the basement, when they don't even have a basement to begin with. That sort of nonsense won't be on this channel. In fact, I think QAnon is actually a government-created conspiracy theory designed to discredit conservatives, or to create a population of conservatives who believe wacky things. The next point is that events are complicated, And events always take place in the past, sometimes during times that we didn't live in the panopticon we do now. We won't have the luxury of having 27 different camera angles to analyze a singular event through. Sometimes key people have passed away, or maybe everyone from that entire era is dead and we'll never know what they knew. Without every bit of info about the incident, it's very hard for a concrete narrative to form. That's why in these videos I'm almost going to adopt a reporter-style approach and just show you the same info I have, and you can decide to do with it what you want. I highly suggest that if you have any sort of naivete about the government, or you still think they have your best interest in mind, or you think they deserve to have more power, more control, more influence, man, are these videos going to blow your mind, and they may not be for you. It also has kind of red-pilled me that the whole small government argument is done. It's finished. The kind of information control the government has and the sheer amount of power they have is enormous. And to be so ignorant and innocent about it, or to think that voting a particular person in or out is a notion that needs to die a quick death. If you're a conservative who's at, like, say, a level 4, these may not be the videos for you. These videos will get rid of that illusion pretty quickly. And finally, for my last point, I'll just point out that the conclusions you're likely to come to are not pleasant. They're not enjoyable, and you don't walk away feeling all giddy inside. And that's a basic description for being red-pilled or black-pilled. That's why there's so many morons out there. That's why being woke is actually being the most asleep. It actually seems to be a sort of religious delusion, a distraction, a cope, a government-crafted alternative. So you'll be so busy worshiping the state, you'll never end up looking into the government issues that actually matter. To those people who are fully in it, they do seem to be in some sort of artificially created world that the media has made for them. They are in the Matrix in a way. To quote Jordan Peterson, the path to enlightenment and wisdom is seldom trod upon. Because if it was all a matter of following your bliss and what made you happy, everyone in the world would be a paragon of wisdom, but it's not that at all. It's a matter of facing the things you least want to face. The gateway to wisdom and the gateway to personality, which is exactly the same thing, is precisely through the portal that you do not want to climb through. And you see this idea played out in the story of Winston Smith and Orwell's 1984. So with all of that being said, I'm excited to show you all the stuff that I've been researching. And if this sort of stuff doesn't interest you, well, you don't have to watch it. It's still a free country for now. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.